Look at this. We are back at work after 2 weeks off and moving house. Today, we're at the extension we finished a couple of weeks ago, which is just behind me, but I'm not going to show you because that's coming up in another video. Today's job is tarting up this old garden shed. This outhouse is about as old as the property itself. What we need to do is rake out, repoint, strip the roof off as well, and as you can see there is a tree growing out the gable, so we're probably going to have to take the gable down, get rid of the tree and then rebuild it. So yeah, quite an easy day really, well, easy on your body. So we're going to get some grinders out, start grinding, stripping the roof, and we'll catch up once we've got all the tools out of the van and we'll start work. So I was just emptying the shed before we start stripping the roof. And look at this I've just found. If anyone can tell me a rough date of this old oil lantern, that'd be awesome. I probably will keep that. Well, I won't keep it because it's knackered, but I won't bin it because it seems a shame. So, as you saw from that time lapse, the roof structure came off pretty easy, or at least the tiles, and now we're going to start taking the roof structure off and cut back the trees that are growing out of it everywhere. The ivy has gotten everywhere and it's causing havoc on this roof. So what we're going to do is actually pull up all the ridge tiles, because that's where all the ivy's hiding. It's like that scene out of Jumanji. So we're going to get rid of this, pull up all the ridge tiles, get rid of the ivy, and then strip the roof structure. Mate, that's ridiculous. It's rubbish, isn't it? Yeah. That's loads better. Oh, that's a nice fun joint, isn't it? Watch yourself again. Yo yo. We've taken off most of the roof structure, but we've left on a couple of timbers. Reason why: they are still totally solid. There's no rot on them. They are proper sturdy. So there's no point to take these off because the joiner's only going to have to put them back on. So no point taking something down what's perfectly fine. But we have taken off 3 on the other end and 1 more on the right hand side, which was just totally rotten. And even the top not sole plate, but the top plate is totally fine as well. So everything's staying pretty much in place. I'm going to make my way down and then we're going to start, there he is with my blower, then we're going to start repointing. So in typical English weather fashion, it's just started raining as we're about to grind out. But hopefully the rain will actually keep the dust down, because we've still not invested in a hoover for the grinders. But hopefully this is going to be the last of the grinding I do for a long time. Also, while taking down that mammoth chunk of ivy, pulled half the brickwork down, which obviously you just can't help. And you'll notice here that we've got the timber lintel, which is just totally rotten. So what we'll do is replace this lintel with a nice concrete lintel when we start rebuilding this gable up. So we've got our PPE on, muffs, mask, eye protection. Right, we're going to get stuck in. Well, we're about halfway through the gable end. I'm so sick of being dirty and dusty. You're going to see a lot of videos in the upcoming weeks where all I seem to be doing is grinding out. But it is what it is. It's all work at the end of the day, isn't it? Back in the van. So I've left one of the lads from Hotchin Construction just grinding out the front gable and the small return. So I'm going to go grab a 1200 lintel, which I spoke about earlier on, and some sand and some gear to start pointing in the wall and building up that gable again. So quick trip to MKM, dodging all the ULEZ cameras around Sheffield. So we'll catch you in a bit. So while I've been out getting all the materials, the rest of the job has all been grinded out, and now we are ready to start repointing. So just like always, I've got my hawk and my stick pointer. You can see this one's been nailed So we're going to start working this gear in, hopefully, before the rain comes again. Well, I don't know if you can see from the state of me, the rain came heavy and hard again. We've been dodging the rain all day, man. But I guess it is what it is. This is England for you. But let me show you what we did today. Not too bad. So we got the entire roof stripped off, stacked up all the slate, what we're going to reuse later. Took down some of the brickwork. We're going to replace this lintel tomorrow. It is totally rotten, that lintel. So we're going to replace this lintel tomorrow. But overall, not a bad day in terms of pointing. Got most of this done. All we need to do tomorrow, repoint this side here, build that gable and put the lintel in, and then repoint the front. So yeah, tomorrow we've got another busy day, only because the rain stopped us so much today. Been in and out, and obviously it can't repoint in the rain, not very well anyway. So tomorrow we'll try again, get this job done, and then on to the next one. Yeah boy! Yeah, it's Wednesday morning. So this morning I finished off pointing the bottom of the wall, what we didn't get to yesterday because it started raining. I've got Lado over there, he's pointing the gable and the small return, and then right now I'm going to start work on this rotten timber lintel we've got. I need to be careful while working around here, not only because all the bricks want to fall down when I take this lintel out, but I've just noticed that there's a nest here with a load of birds in. So I need to be careful of that because I don't want to disturb that, because that's not fair. So we've been taking down the ivy, and the ivy has been growing into the cavity here as well. The lintel on next door is also rotten, really bad, and I don't know if you can see, but this gable is leaning massively, and well, there you go. I can't really leave that, so what we're going to do is go pick up another lintel for next door and whip the entire gable down and just rebuild it, because there's no point trying to marry into this when, in all fairness, the state of that. So, in quite an interesting turn of events, we went to go get a concrete lintel for next door, and then I got a phone call from the foreman who actually runs this job for the big company that does all these houses up, because it's a, I've got the name of the property it is, but basically they do up properties and let them out to students, things like that. So this is what they do. I got a phone call from the foreman saying do not spend any extra money on next door's property, so do not give them a lintel for free. So I've got to reuse that timber one, which is a bit naff, but nothing I can do about it personally, or the people we've worked for, you know what I mean. So yeah, I'll put that timber lintel back on, following his instructions. I guess from a business standpoint, I guess if next door neighbour isn't going to pay for having a gable rebuilt and put a lintel on, which will benefit them, then why should we, or why should the foreman here go into his pocket and pay? So I guess it's just politics, but you know, I don't get involved in that anymore because it's not my job to do so. So we've got a nice concrete lintel on our side, the timber one back on their side, and now we are going to rebuild the gable back up. So I guess that's a bonus for the next door neighbours. dirty like always. I guess that's where we're leaving it for this job. Don't know, I guess today we could say, is it really worth polishing a turd? It didn't go too bad. Obviously rebuilt that gable. I explained the circumstances about the gable, but got it all built back up, which is cool. Obviously did all the repointing all the way around the job. Whether it looked better before, I don't really know. I guess the client just wanted it tidying up. With a brand new roof on, new fascia and gutter in, it'll probably look quite sharp. So yeah, I guess can you polish a turd? I don't know, you guys decide. Although some good news, the bird nest I found earlier, looks like the parents of the birds have found where they are, so that's good. So I'm sure once I disappear, all the birds will come back and yeah, like Bill Oddie. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow or in the next episode of Izzy the Bricky Weekly.